All right, let's dive right into this. Imagine waking up in the morning, pouring yourself a cup of coffee, and checking your phone only to see that you actually made money while you were fast asleep. I mean, it sounds like the ultimate dream, right? But what if you could do exactly that without ever needing to tape up a single cardboard box, print a shipping label, or pay rent for some massive, dusty warehouse? Welcome to this explainer where we're going to break down the exact blueprint for making this a reality in 2026 using one of the most powerful platforms on the internet today.
The opportunity we're talking about here is just massive. 96 million. That is the number of active buyers logging onto Etsy, actively searching for solutions and products every single day. The sheer volume of global traffic is staggering. And honestly, here is the absolute best part about all of this. You do not need to be a traditional, classically trained artist, and you certainly don't need a fancy business degree to capture a piece of this audience. The buyers are already there. They've got their wallets in hand and they're searching millions of times a day.
So, by the time we wrap up this explainer, you are going to walk away with a complete, step-by-step blueprint. We're going to uncover exactly how beginners are building the highest profit, lowest risk business model available on the platform today completely from scratch. We'll cover the easiest things to sell, the major pitfalls you absolutely must avoid, and the ultimate strategy for long-term success.
Section 1. The 2026 Etsy Landscape. Okay, we gotta bust a major myth right out of the gate. For years, people thought Etsy was exclusively a marketplace for, hand-knitted scarves, custom pottery, physical crafts. But there are actually 4 main avenues for making money on the platform right now. You've got your traditional handmade products and vintage items, which require sourcing and physically creating goods. Then there's print on demand, where a supplier handles the physical item for you. But it's that very first option, digital products, that changes the game. If you are starting out today, this is where you want to be. It's simply the easiest, most scalable choice for beginners, and a lot of the top-selling items aren't even physical anymore.
Moving on to Section 2, the digital product advantage.
Let's just compare these two business models for a second, because the contrast is wild. With a physical business, you are basically drowning in logistics. You've got to buy inventory, find storage space, buy packaging materials, and deal with shipping delays and customer returns. It's a constant cycle of restocking. But a digital business? It is beautifully simple. You create a file on your laptop, hit upload exactly one time, and the customer gets an instant download. Zero logistics. No warehouse, no boxes, no packing tape. Nothing.
And that brings us to the incredible compounding power of a digital product. It's really just a 3-step process. You spend a few hours building a valuable digital asset, let's say a really useful template. You upload that file to Etsy once, and then, well, you can potentially sell it 100, 1,000, or even 10,000 times. It is infinite inventory. Honestly, there is absolutely nothing quite like the sound of a virtual cash register pinging on your phone for a product you made 6 months ago. That is the true power of a digital asset.
Section 3. What to sell today.
So, you're probably thinking, okay, that sounds great, but what should I actually sell to these 96 million active buyers? It is the golden question, right? You can't just throw random things against the digital wall and hope they stick. You need to provide solutions to their specific problems. Let's look at what the data tells us is working best right now.
Here are the top-performing evergreen categories for 2026. Resume templates work incredibly well because people are always job hunting. Notion templates capitalize on this massive, ever-growing productivity trend. Business spreadsheets solve immediate organization problems for companies. Social media templates give creators much faster workflows. And student and wedding planners? Those are massive, continuous markets that refresh every single year. Notice the theme? Every single one of these products solves an immediate, ongoing problem.
But hold on, because here is the absolute crucial point. The secret isn't just picking a huge market, it's choosing a highly specific audience within that market. Do not go out and sell a generic digital planner. The competition is just way too broad. Instead, sell an ADHD planner. By getting hyper-specific, you're speaking directly to a buyer's exact need, and hyper-specific niches? They convert so much better than massive, generic ones every single time.
To really cement this, think about a business spreadsheet. That's a generic idea, it's way too broad, it doesn't solve a specific headache for a specific person. But a real estate commission tracker? Boom! That hits the nail on the head. You're targeting a very specific professional audience who is actively searching for tools to manage their income. Choosing a specific audience is literally the ultimate secret to standing out in Etsy's search results.
Section 4. Avoiding the beginner trap. All right, now that we know what to build, we really need to talk about the primary pitfall that causes the vast majority of new sellers to fail. It's this exact tragic three-step formula. Beginners get super excited, they upload about 5 products to their brand new shop, they stare at their dashboard for 2 weeks waiting for the sales to just magically roll in, and when they don't get rich overnight, they quit. Giving up too early based on totally unrealistic expectations is the single biggest mistake you can make on this platform. It's all about how your traffic potential scales. Imagine starting with just 5 listings. You've got a very small footprint, which means small traffic. But as you scale up to 50 listings, your traffic potential grows into a steady, medium stream. And when you hit 200 listings, you are driving massive traffic. Every single new listing acts like another hook in the water, another opportunity for a brand new buyer to discover your shop.
I absolutely love this quote, and I want you to remember it. Successful Etsy shops are built like libraries. Think about it. You don't build a library with 5 books. You build it by consistently adding quality titles over time. This is a massive mindset shift. Consistency and building a large, robust catalog completely beats trying to achieve instant perfection with just a handful of items. Just keep publishing, keep improving, and keep testing.
Section 5. Faster sales with SEO and thumbnails.
So let's say you're building that library. How do we actually get people to check those items out faster? Well, the fastest way to get found is by mastering Etsy SEO, which really just means thinking exactly like your buyer. For example, a bad keyword would be planner template. It's just way too vague. But a good keyword? ADHD digital planner with time blocking. By using specific keywords, you are literally telling the Etsy algorithm exactly who needs to see your product, matching you perfectly with a buyer's exact search.
And once you show up in their search, you have literally a fraction of a second to win their click. Your product image is your billboard on a very, very crowded digital highway. Never ignore your thumbnails. Having a compelling, clear, high-quality image of your digital product in action can drastically increase your clicks, and more clicks directly lead to more sales.
Finally, Section 6, your blueprint to success.
Let's set some totally realistic expectations here to completely kill that get-rich-quick myth once and for all. When we look at a realistic timeline of how this actually plays out, month 1 is strictly about learning and testing what works. By month 3, if you've been consistent, you'll start seeing those small, encouraging sales trickling in. By month 6, you are actively building out that large catalog, operating just like a library. And by month 12, all those small, consistent efforts have compounded into a long-term working asset that consistently generates revenue. Remember, the goal isn't overnight success. It's building a compounding digital asset.
So, let's bring it all together. If you were starting today, here is your ultimate zero-to-hero summary. Focus exclusively on digital products to eliminate logistics. Choose one highly specific niche. Commit to creating at least 50 quality listings to actually build out your library. Learn and apply specific Etsy SEO, and above all else, stay consistent.
You now have the exact roadmap to leverage a marketplace of 96 million buyers with 0 inventory and 0 shipping. So, I'm going to leave you with this final thought to chew on. Will you commit to building a digital asset that works for you long-term, or will you fall into the trap and quit after just 5 uploads? The blueprint is right here. The next step is entirely up to you.